Hi guys, JT here, and today I'll be bringing you some information on the Humble Bundle Level Up and Learn Bundle of September 2022. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? If you want to know more about game deals, then feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps the channel out. So let's get into this. At number 1, we have Learning Factory, a game where you build a factory for cats on Mars. You play as a genius scientist who gets invited to become the chief engineer at an abandoned factory on Mars. You're to produce and sell exquisite goods for cats. The cats are very unhappy due to their needs not being met after the closure of the factory, and it is your job to rebuild the production line to satisfy their feline hearts and fill their paws with goodies. This is a game where you have to use a lot of brain power and experimentation to create the most efficient automated production line. You can expand your factory to create more goods and explore your surroundings for more resources to further expand your factory, allowing you to create more goods for your feline friends. No dogs though. This game also incorporates machine learning, allowing you to collect and analyze your feline customers' minds to serve them better. If you like building an automated factory line to further serve cats because you know that cats don't live with you, but you have been allowed to live with the cats on Mars, then this is a game for you. At number 2, we have EXAPUNKS, a game about hacking and problem solving. Set in an alternate 1997, you have been afflicted by a disease known as the phage. The phage slowly turns your skin into useless microchips, slowly turning you into a useless cyborg. Your only way to afford medicine is by performing hacking jobs for a mysterious lady who is totally not a heartless AI. These jobs range from getting free pizza through to randomly dispersing money from ATMs to the people. This game is all about problem solving, using line codes and your EXAs, a visual representation of viruses which you have made for hacking. This game is both accessible and inaccessible, as programming knowledge is helpful but not essential. There's even an in-game guide which you can use to help you hack your way through systems. You can even ask other players or hackers of the game on forums, which creates a sense of EXAPUNK community. You can totally brute force your way through each hack if you're not a programmer, but to make it into the leaderboards, you will need to use fewer line codes and create fewer EXAs. EXAPUNKS is a difficult game, but if you like a challenge and want to see what all the buzz is about with programming, then give EXAPUNKS a try. At number 3, we have While True, Learn, a programming puzzle game about sorting inputs to generate the correct outputs. Once again, there are cats involved. Well, one cat in particular. You play as a computer programmer, but you are far from a genius. One day you got stuck while writing a program, so you decide to take a break. While you are making coffee, your cat finishes the program for you, meaning your cat is more of a genius than you. You try to convince your cat to share its secrets and knowledge with you, but you don't speak cat. So what do? You set out to build a program that translates cat to English. Of course! This game is essentially a puzzle game where you connect one node from another. There are multiple solutions to each puzzle, and they aren't too difficult, the cat translator puzzles that is. Where the challenge really comes from are the other puzzles that you have to solve on the side, to make money to feed yourself and buy clothes for your cat. These paying jobs range from sorting clothes to predicting election results, and depending on how cheaply and efficiently you make a software for your client, you get paid more or less. If you want to earn gold status in these paid jobs, they can be very challenging. You can even work as a CTO for various startups where the game really shines. The solutions in this mode are more open-ended, where you try to keep as many users as possible while reducing costs for the startup servers. While True, Learn is an interesting little game if you like solving logical program puzzles and wanting to unlock the secrets of your cat. At number 4, we have 7 Billion Humans, a logical puzzle solving game that mirrors the logic of programming language. Machines have advanced so much that they do every single task, job, and service on the planet, including the presidency. Humans rejoice? You'd think so, but no, not quite yet. Machine automation is great and all, but this advance has caused the largest loss of jobs and thus the loss of purpose of mankind. To combat unemployment, the machines have built a giant building to house all 7 billion humans to complete a slew of menial tasks as jobs, like sorting numbers or getting rid of certain numbers, etc, etc. And you are the head robot to tell these dumb humans exactly what to do. These tasks can be completed through logic programming and sequencing of pick up, go here, go there, you get the point. But wait, you don't need to know any programming language to play this. Just drag and drop different programming words onto a sheet on the right and execute it, and your humans will do exactly as they're told, even if it costs their lives. The caveat with these puzzles is that instead of giving commands to individual humans, your written program commands the whole group of humans to move at the same time. This makes it tricky as some maps have environmental obstacles, so everyone moving in the same direction at once will cause the death of these meatbags. Unless of course you're a psycho robot that just want to see the humans fall to their deaths into oblivion. So how do you solve this? By using different commands like the if and jump commands with more to learn as you progress through the game. Naturally, the if command lets you set conditions for an action, while jump commands let you jump back and forth between the lines in the program. You can even run your program one line at a time, so you can see how your program evolves over time and tweak it accordingly. 7 Billion Humans is an awesome game if you like playing around with programming logic and human lives. There's a degree of satisfaction watching your humans complete tasks right before your eyes based on your exact command. At first, one can certainly imagine the benefits of having everything done by robots, but when will you, as head production robot, get the humans to do everything that can be done by you? And number 5, we have Human Resource Machine, a puzzle game and prequel to 7 Billion Humans. The robots are coming for your job, and you have to program your human employee to be the best employee there is, to keep their job, even though you know that they lose their job in the sequel. In Human Resource Machine, the goal is to get boxes from the inbox, the left side of the screen, over to the outbox, the right side of the screen. Sounds simple? Yes, in the early stages at least. You get your employee to perform this task by creating a logical sequence for your employee to follow. However, not all commands are available to you at once, so you have to use your brain juice to figure out the most logical sequence to complete the task using commands that are available to you. As you progress through the game, there are rules that you have to follow, like only transporting certain boxes from the inbox to the outbox, or using multiple different commands to complete a task as an example. So this makes each task unique. The employee will follow each line of sequence to the dot, so you have to plan every line of sequence. There is even some math problems to solve to ensure that you get the correct numbers to the outbox. Again, the game limits commands available to you, so you have to get creative with your solutions. As an example, 1 plus 1 equals 2, but if you don't have the plus command available to you, then 450 multiplied by 2 and divided by 4 minus 223 could also equal 2. If you like logical sequencing puzzles and mathematics with some cute representation of logical sequencing, then Human Resource Machine could be a game for you. And number 6, we have SHENZHEN I/O, an electronics and engineering simulator game that will test your determination and persistence. You play as a new employee at SHENZHEN Longteng Electronics Co. Limited, and you are tasked with creating products with various chipsets and codes. There is an in-game coding language that the developers even encourage you to print out and refer to on your quest to writing the perfect codes for your products to work. It is essentially a puzzle game, but with coding language and electronic parts. Solutions to puzzles may seem quite clear at first, but you might throw everything you know out the window as soon as you start implementing a solution. You may even need to start from scratch all over again even after spending hours tweaking and adjusting your original solution, so this will put your patience to the test. Each puzzle will give you a distant objective to achieve, and you can achieve it however you like using various microprocessors, connecting them with circuitry, and typing the codes to activate the solution. There aren't any hints or suggestions, so you're left to your own devices to solve these puzzles. The controls are mostly about dragging and dropping things onto the board and using your keyboard to type in commands. If you're wanting to feel like a coder for an electronics company solving problems with products using code and circuitry, then SHENZHEN I/O might just be for you. And number 7, we have TIS 100, a programming and puzzle game where the player develops a mock assembly language code to perform certain tasks on a fictional virtualized 1970s computer that has been corrupted. Made by the same developers of SHENZHEN I/O above, you'll know what to expect. A game that will test your determination while maintaining a minimalist approach to presentation. This game will also have you print out a guidebook to help you in solving puzzles with its own programming language. When you start the game, you're greeted with a fake boot up screen, and after a couple of seemingly meaningless clicks, you're thrown into a screen with some blank boxes, and there starts your game, with no explanation. The only explanation you have is your guidebook that is provided with this game. Once you solve the first puzzle with this guidebook, only then will you understand how this game works. It is definitely an experience that is not like anything that you would have seen in modern games. I mean, who prints out a manual to just play games these days? Unless it's like a board game or something. All commands are available to you from the start, and for the more experienced programmers, you might spot these commands early on to solve early puzzles. The manual tells you about these commands, but some of them are hidden, and you have to logically put it together to be able to use it on the puzzle. It's there, but it isn't just obviously pointed out to you. In addition, when you do solve a puzzle, there aren't any videos that play that lets you see what you've done. Instead, it's just highlights, moving rapidly, letting you know that you've entered the right commands and solved the puzzle. The puzzles also get more and more challenging, and later puzzles will challenge even the most experienced coders and programmers. So if you're into some challenging coding simulator set in a 70s computer, you might just like this game. And that is all for this bundle. You might like this bundle if you're into solving logical puzzles with code and programming. It may not be everyone's cup of tea, as this game really caters to a very specific puzzle-centric audience. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.